GLHF. I ended up saying 1 point Pezz advantage, which, I mean, they probably know what that means.
Pezz 1 point advantage. You,
the Pezz advantage.
Yaku,
That's
you sentence make good.
Yeah. You thanking, I thanking you, many.
All right, we're getting. Light is posting up the history between the players.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why it became a little bit less juicy, because it became a little bit more one-sided.
Yeah, GogojOey is definitely leading that poll, but you know, Pezz definitely took some series there. Serie A. They actually kind of, they're not tied up. GogojOey still has the advantage, but they're close. They're not.
That's not actually true, Seal, as Pezz has the 1 point advantage here.
That is correct. Not true, because true isn't here, but it is correct.
Yeah, but we are, let's figure out what else is correct. We are loading on into Pillars of Gold. LE. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I feel like it was too recent. We just set Golden Wall. I can't do the whole George Katsuke intro. LE stands for Lemon... Everyone. Lemon everyone. Everybody eat lemon.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Is that a sexual thing? I don't want to.
No, it's a PSA. It's a PSA. Don't get scurvy. Eat your vitamin C. Lemons are a good source of it. In the top right map, starting all the way in the top right corner of the map, we have the Blues coming down all the way from the land of Hong Kong. He's finally back in a place he's familiar with, facing a player he's familiar with. Can he take him out and get his 9th GPO championship? Let's find out. He is representing Team GP, GogojOey.
And in the southwest corner of the map, representing Mind Freak and the land of Australia, the 2 times GPO champion are Purple Protoss, currently up 1 in this best of 5 final match. Give it up for Pezz.
It's definitely nice to see Pezz making it back here, you know, being that the sole Australian representative today, funnily enough. After DreamHack Fall, I think, you know, a lot of pros decided we're going to take a little bit of a break, right? There's not really a lot of events. There's not really going to be a lot of events aside from potentially DreamHack Winter if they do it this year. So, yeah, but Pezz still sort of trucking along there, still carrying that Melbourne flag.
I mean, there's Starduck was playing today, but he's not professional, so I'll allow.
Yeah, he's
I'll allow your comment.
So, no, wait, I'm thinking of Jet. Yeah, Starduck is Australian.
What is wrong with you, Yaku?
Look, they're young.
The information center. Only half the information makes sense, and the other one comes out of a horse's ass. Alright. So Pezz is getting a Stargate. It's gonna be an Oracle. GogojOey did go for the pool first, but didn't kind of went with it defensively. Seems to be trying to be aggressive, just droning up real hard.
Yeah, pulling off. Yeah, pulling off the gas. Not even getting Ling speed right now. He's just looking to get his economy up in shape.
Yep. It's going to be a Void Ray follow-up for Pezz. It is being scouted by GogojOey.
Can we really call the Void Ray a follow-up nowadays? Because I feel like, okay, technically it's a follow-up. Yeah, actually, you're right. I'm sorry.
I mean, it follows the Oracle and it flies, so it's up. So
yeah, it follows after. Yeah, it follows after the Oracle. Yeah.
If you switch to like Robo, then it's a follow down because.
Yeah, I mean,
the robotics facility is down on the ground.
The point I'm trying to make here is, I feel like Protoss, you just get a Void Ray out early on, just to deal with the Overlords, right? I mean, it's in these past 2 weeks since the patch, that is basically the one constant that we always see in PvZ.
Yeah. What happens if it's you go switch to Robo, but then you get a Colossus? Because it's not up and it's not down. It's not flying straight up, and it's not on the ground, but it
you follow through.
Flying unit technically. So
you follow through because it's a massive unit, right?
Yeah, it's a follow. Maybe it's a follow middle.
It's a follow through, I think. Or maybe actually follow. No, up and down is directions, right? And what's the other direction that you can go for? West. So it's
sideways.
a follow.
It's follow sideways.
Yeah. But which way sideways?
This is the same logic of this as the sideways 1-1 thing.
Well,
Oracle managed to survive.
That actually gets a little bit tricky though, Seal, because with sideways 1-1, it's static, so you can't say it's sideways. With the Colossus, it has to go a direction, right? Is it sideways left or sideways
but
right?
it can go up or down. It should just go sideways.
It can go up and down. Ah, okay, I get you.
I didn't say left or right. It's just sideways, whatever, whichever.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, okay, I get you. It can go sideways
or
left or go right.
horizontal. Follow horizontal. Follow sideways.
All right, we figured it out. And speaking of figuring it out,
dumbest conversation, one of the dumbest conversations we've ever had. Thank you.
Top 3 at least.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Pezz and GogojOey are actually doing stuff.
I mean, it doesn't. It's not as stupid as the bread conversation. Then, if you remember that one, where the one where you thought bread grows on trees or something.
The one where that was the one where I was trying to explain that, when you go out for harvest, you may as well pick up bread. And sometimes you find the bread on the trees just because somebody else leaves it there.
Yeah, I know, that's way more stupid.
Pezz is working on that soul train. He's actually being a little bit active on the map, but realizes he can't exactly make a push without upgrades, can he?
Yeah, Pezz is getting the gateways though. It's gonna be in charge. It's gonna be in the temporary archives. It's gonna be a beef wave.
Exactly. Sorry for GogojOey right now. And I worry a lot for GogojOey. Pezz is making the beef wave. Pezz, right? He's the host, but he's serving nothing but beef, right? GogojOey, he can't eat beef.
Yeah, he's a vegetarian.
Exactly, as he is going into Roach Hydra, which, if this was just like a standard, say, Stalker Immortals kind of Soul Train build, this would be really good. But it's a beef wave. It's Immortals, it's Zealots, it's Archons, it's Storm. All of these units deal against whatever GogojOey has, which is why he has to hit this timing. He just got his +1 range attack, and he's up about twice the army supply. He's got to hit right now, and he's got to be successful. And most importantly, Steel, he's got to not get trapped into stasis wards.
Yeah. And he really has to do some economical damage to slow Pezz's production down, because once Pezz gets that wonderful composition and enough numbers of the beef wave, it's going to be difficult to stop. And it looks like GogojOey is going back. He's allowing Pezz the time to get these Archons, to get more Zealots out. He's got 4 Immortals, going to have 4 Archons or 5 Archons. Yeah, that's a powerful beef wave with air support as well. There's still a Void Ray, there's a couple of Phoenix 8 to lift up units if need be. You have an Oracle, you've got some Sentries. This is a really wholesome Protoss army right here. Yeah,
I mean, you have the Sentries, right? That can sort of be the potatoes or the crackers that go along with the beef. Do you eat beef and crackers? I guess if you're a sailor, you
do. No. Potatoes, yes. Crackers, no.
No, I guess if you're a sailor, you eat like hardtack.
I don't know. Maybe you eat beef jerky and crackers. I don't know.
Yeah. It's pretty common. Anyway, both of them going back and forth, and I think you really did hit the nail on the head earlier, Seal. GogojOey, I'm not liking that he's playing more defensively right now. I really think that he does need to do some economic damage. But to be fair, he is teching up. He does already have his Lurker Den. He's going into Hive. So, honestly, he's building up an army that can, once he maxes out, which he already has, can fight Pezz. But, yeah, I don't know. He's giving
Can
Pezz
it, though? It's getting Lurkers now, but...
It can,
What?
but it's tricky. Right? He really has a cat head out of position.
I like the Roach run by, and I like the Zealot run by, but the Zealot run by is going back. Oh, by Pezz. It's not. It's going to be defensive.
Well, it's trying to flank these roaches, right? These Zealots back at home aren't quite going to cut it. So reinforcing Zealots are going to have to try to get something done. Meanwhile, GogojOey trying to push out with his main army, but the Lurkers do get revealed. There is a bit of tension there.
Oh, the Immortals are just cleaning out here. Pezz is a very nicely split army.
And now I actually agree with you, Seal. GogojOey, you know, his army just too supply inefficient.
But he's getting Vipers, which might be the equalizer that he needs, because they can definitely trade well against Pezz's high-quality units. They just yank them back, kill them one by one.
Oh yeah, maybe a couple of blinding clouds.
Oh, he's missing the Phoenix A.
Maybe a couple of blinding clouds and then a couple of yoinks.
Yeah. Fleet beacon on the way for Pezz, so maybe switching. Yeah, and more Stargates, so you're going to see some carrier production. I like that carriers are back. I like that carriers are back. They've been gone for a while.
Oh, they definitely have. I mean, getting rid of Graviton Catapult, I think, really messed things up for Protoss players. But then I believe they did buff the production time for Interceptors, and yeah, then Protoss players decided, you know what? They're actually not that bad.
Nice denial on the Disruptor.
It got cancelled.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Oh, that was such a good move.
I think what's also changed for what's also changed for the carriers is the fact that you're getting the Void Ray and the Fleet Beacon.
Yeah.
For the Void Ray situation, so a Fleet Beacon becomes much more. It's got more options to it, so it's not as much of an investment to get it, and you already have the Stargate, so you might as well just start pumping out, carriers. They're not as big a leap as they used to be.
Exactly. The carriers, you could say, they are 100% organic, as it's a very natural transition. Alright, and speaking of organic, half the army getting revealed, but most of these Lurkers are still unrevealed. The Oracle does have plenty of energy, but Pezz not going to bother with that fight. Nice little bit of yoinks here on the Archons. But is there enough DPS to really bring it home?
Nice feedback on the Vipers there, stops the yoinks from continuing. Pezz has kept a lot of his good units still alive. None of the Immortals went down, but the two Disruptors went down. He still has 3 left. One of them... Okay, that's the Void Ray. I thought one of them was really low in health, but turns out the Void Ray is the one on the red. Being replaced by some carriers as the air support. Another Disruptor gets yoinked.
And another one bites.
Ooh, nice reveal there. Catching all the Lurkers. More Disruptors being yoinked.
It's just a little bit too slow. And the Storm's just, really cleaning up the Lurkers back at home. Meanwhile, another run by keeping GogojOey busy. He wants to remake his army, but he just cannot. Every time he builds a unit, another one gets taken out.
I mean, he's maxed out, so,
GogojOey? Pretty soon, though.
Oh, sorry. I mixed the colors. Because it's purple.
I do that, too. It's purple. It could have been pink and blue. This queen is so ripped.
Yeah.
And I guess Hydra's really getting badly bruised, and I mean, he clears out the harass and goes back to mining, but now yeah, but a little bit of a lot.
5 carriers being made at a time. You have 5 carriers being made.
Dios mío.
Oh, Dios mío. Right to jail. Straight to jail. You can't do that. You're over making carriers.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. Believe it or not.
Marine,
Jail.
you want to know deals against scariest deal?
Marine.
Marines. You don't know. Marines.
I really love that meme. So good.
Oh,
Like
it's
I don't know what these immortals. I don't know what these immortals. Did you see that immortal getting yanked? Oh, that's funny.
That was literally, you tried to trespass on Zerk? Straight to jail.
Oh, we're getting a mothership.
But that does make GogojOey's army completely out of position. The main army of Pezz, even without the mothership, going for this base, leaving it alone. Backing away. Huh.
Yeah, I think he thinks that GogojOey might be trying to go to one of his other bases, or maybe he doesn't want to overextend, but...
Fair.
Yeah, I don't know. He could have stayed here and just obliterated this base. I don't know why he backed away. Maybe he was...
Maybe
he was sensing... Yeah, anticipating some kind of base trade or something, I don't know.
He did leave one carrier behind, which is just about what he needed to finish that base off, but yeah, his attention was split elsewhere, and being quite targeted down today. DT's showing up, not sure what they want to do. Really
Storms are just destroying everything.
Viper's just completely useless.
By the way, in the base in the southeast, if we can just go there. The situation has not been resolved. Okay, now he's... they don't see each other.
He can't make an observer. He's getting observer speed, but he can't make the observer because he's maxed out. And the Oracle's so really far away.
That Nexus is like, I think we have a structural issue with this building. I mean, there's just a spike skipping coming out of the ground. I'm not sure what's happening. It's going to go down.
It's like, it's fine. It's literally, these GTs literally
standing
there. Oh, right on time.
Okay, in the meantime, Pezz is going into GogojOey's northwest base there, and it's
Pezz absolutely picking GogojOey apart right now.
The bees! That's a lot of corruptors, though.
Oh, it really is, but that's a
31 of them.
That's quite a lot, yeah. I mean, this Lurker ain't done.
Okay, now the space finally goes down.
And GogojOey, I have a feeling he's just gonna back off from there.
Thing is, GogojOey is running out of mining bases.
He is, but so is Pezz.
I know Pezz is still in a decent position.
Well, yeah, Pezz has the fresher bases, but they're... Okay, yeah, he has the fresher bases, but that's about it.
Nice feedback.
Yeah, a bit of a double-edged sword.
Not a yoink on the mothership, though.
Yeah, well, you really do have to get close to the mothership, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to, but I feel like a lot of players prefer to, just to, make sure they get the job done.
What happens if you put a DT under a mothership? Does it get double?
No.
Double cloak? Like you need two overseers to see it?
No, what happens is DT is cloaked, but if the mothership gets taken out, the DT is still cloaked. So basically, the DT has no... That's what it is. No cancel on that hatchery. And GogojOey, he's in a very bad position right now, forced to cancel his lurkers. That's not all what he wanted. It wasn't sealed.
I think GogojOey is going down here. I mean, no, it's a lot of corruptors.
Yeah, there's a lot of corruptors, and there's not enough storms. The Archon's starting to get caught out, and to be honest, GogojOey does not have a ground army. Mothership does go down. And with that, the corruptors can really target down the... Jesus, that was a massive shot. All of the corruptors shooting at once.
The corruptors aren't moving in, though. There are Archons on the ground, so we need to be careful.
Exactly. GogojOey is being careful because of the Archons on the ground, right? He doesn't want to clump up his corruptors too much.
Yeah.
And,
20 minutes mark is coming in, and well, we are going into the super late game. Where, with again,
like
5 carries being made at a time.
I feel like we were already in the super late game, but now, not quite.
We're in the ultra late game. GogojOey, not even... Oh, he's been making some workers, but... Really... I mean, if he had a little more bank of gas, maybe he could have... just maxed out on his army.
All I gotta say is I don't think 35 workers are gonna cut it.
Yeah.
50 workers might, though, at this point.
Yeah, he just made like 15 workers to compensate.
I mean, he's got a pretty sizable mineral bank, but the gas bank is what he's really got to worry about. Alright, Spore Force
coming in here.
Yeah, it's so really tricky. All of these carriers really showing what they can get done, and I mean, GogojOey,
stop the Archons. He has nothing on the ground to stop the Archons.
Or the High Templar, and these storms are absolutely scary right now, Steel, and I feel like that is just about the key point, isn't it? All of these Corruptors now down to the yellows or greens because of this splash damage done.
Yeah, but man, the carriers are starting to dwindle down. Keeps losing them.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, Seal. That's some pretty good harassment done right now.
Oh, the Archons.
Not really taking too much out. The Archons, yeah, they're really putting a hurt on these Corruptors. And
the meantime, GogojOey is attacking Pezz's bases, so Pezz is running out of mining bases. He doesn't have a bank. He does have the much scarier army, though.
He did just get another base, though, in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. GG called and Pezz. That could be a match point. Looking to, once again, reverse this rivalry, claim his second, I want to say, Grand Platypus Open Championship. And Seal, I'm going to have to ask you to promote to leader, as I'm going to need a quick little energy boost real quick. I'll be back.
All right. Hey, Jet in chat. Welcome. So we're going to see what GogojOey's map choice is going to be. Yes, it does seem to have kind of a trouble dealing with this late game Protoss situation. I wonder if Pezz is going to do what Beastorg did, what attempted to, and try to. Oh, look at that! I'm gonna get Everdream.
GogojOey really filling out a bingo here. I said I wasn't gonna stack during the cast, but now I have to.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm getting peckish myself. What server are we on?
Last server was Australia, so next one should be Singapore.
Okay. Alright. Going to re-promote you to leader.
Thank Eshin. You're still lobby host, though.
Oh, I'm still the lobby host. Okay, never mind.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, can do that. Let's put the lobby link.
Joey in. Oh yeah, we can do that now. Because we're in the finals.
Alright. So by the way, if you have the bingo, yeah, we have Everdream now.
Yeah, full 7 maps on this cast. You know what else, Steel? I may have just noticed this now.
Yeah.
We casted nothing but ZVP today. Our players are ready.
Yeah, we didn't have no Terrans. We did have PvP.
We didn't cast the PvP though, did we? Oh, we did.
Yeah,
Pezz versus Beastorg.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah, we did.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I shouldn't do this, and normally I wouldn't, but we're in the finals, so I mean, Crazens. Crazens are not the best source of, especially these ones, which are they're candied, so there's a decent amount of sugar in there. They're not really a healthy snack, but it's alright if you need a quick boost. And speaking of a quick boost, you know what would be a way to boost your port resume as a StarCraft 2 player.
My resume?
Yeah, your resume.
Yeah, what would be something to boost my resume in StarCraft?
It would be a 9th Grand Platypus Open Championship, which this player down here on the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream, L-E Italy Edle, which of course stands for every dog lives enjoyably. Every dog lives enjoyably, or at least I hope so. I like dogs. Cats are also pretty great, but I think I like dogs just a little bit more. Rabbits are also really good. Hamsters, they're always energetic. Lizards are cool, especially if you can like put them in like a tank and observe them. I guess if you're gonna get a tank, you can also go for an aquarium. Crabs are delicious.
What about crabs?
Especially when they're red. Actually, you can also keep hermit crabs. Yeah, I actually had hermit crabs when I was a kid. They're an interesting pet, to say the least. I used to make them race each other. The Blues player coming out from Hong Kong. He is representing Team GP. We have GogojOey.
And in the northeast corner of the map, currently 2-0 in this best of 5 final match on match point to win this entire tournament and get a 3rd gold medal right here on the Grand Platypus Open. Our purple Protoss from Australia representing Mind Freak is Pezz.
He also has his very own tongue twister, as a matter of fact. Purple Protoss player Pezz.
Purple Protoss player Pezz.
It's kind of like
I have a Pezz. I have a Protoss. Protoss Pezz.
Purple Protoss player Pezz.
Purple Protoss player Pezz.
I love that.
Yeah, I saw Kuro challenged us to say what was it? Purple Protoss, Pink Protoss 10 times in a row.
Purple Protoss, Pink Protoss, Purple Protoss,
Pink Protoss, Purple Protoss, Pink Protoss, Purple Protoss, Pink Protoss, Purple Protoss, Pink Protoss, Purple Protoss, Pink Protoss, Purple Protoss, Pink Protoss, Purple Protoss, Pink Protoss, Purple Protoss, Pink Protoss, Purple Protoss, Purple Porpoise. I said porpoise.
Porpoise?
Oh,
purple
porpoise. Purple porpoise. It's a purple porpoise. That's when you have when you have a purpose that's really strong. You're a purple porpoise. Purple porpoise. Purple porpoise.
And speaking of purple porpoises, these adepts, they are looking to get damage done, but playing it, getting a bit too close to the fire. I mean, I know Flamey Blade raided us, but that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah. Only killing one drone though, so not the best of investments, but not the worst either. Kept GogojOey busy. It's been annoying.
Yeah, got a bit of a scout going on. Not the worst investment in the world, but it was a pretty expensive scout. Well, relatively. Anyway, no spores as of yet, but already 2 queens, and it will be able to chase away this oracle.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a pretty more worthwhile investment, IMO Seal.
Yeah, but it's a Void Rift follow-up. You know, we're exercising a new terminology. It's a follow-up. And the adepts are a follow-down. You get a robo follow-down. Unless it's a, it's a warp prism. So then it's a follow-up.
Maybe it's a follow-around. Follow up, follow down, follow all around. When you come to
just as Jet is pointing out in chat, it's not tongue twister, it's an alliteration.
Oh, Zest also has an alliteration.
But it is a tongue twister if it gets difficult to say a lot of times.
The Pink Protoss player Pichilga.
Pink Protoss player pitches a pink
Pink Protoss player pinches
prism.
purple.
Pinches a pink prism on a purple creep position. Huh? Yeah,
Buffalo,
that's a
buffalo,
fun
buffalo, 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 buffalo. That's one of those words, or one of those sayings for you.
Was it made by Rob Blah Blah?
Blah blah blah.
Bob Blah Blah? Attorney at law.
Yes. That's what I saw.
We're done. We're done. We don't have anything to say anymore.
Anyway, well, I guess that means we have to like talk about the game now.
Yeah, it's gonna be Hydralists versus Immortal Adept? Question
Yeah, I mean,
mark? There's not.
well, this is really Pezz's main push, is it, Seal?
He's just not getting a quality console, so we don't even know what kind of upgrades he's going to go for.
This is more of Pezz's way to sort of get active on map, right? Keep GogojOey. A little bit of pressure on GogojOey, not pressure in the sense of I'm at your base, you have to deal with me, bro, but rather in the sense of I have units out. I'm not gonna let you.
Now that his observer is catching up, he can actually start to clean creep there.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
No,
So,
there are not Terrans here today. Shirley is not here today.
What are you talking about? We both play Terran.
Yeah, Shirley. Shirley, the Banshee pilot.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is really
forced to recall here.
And GogojOey deciding to press the advantage right now. I'm a little bit skeptical about this, as there is already a wall in place. And GogojOey realizes that he backs away.
Hydralisks are pretty good even against the wall, you know.
They're decent against the wall.
Hey, here's Demi.
They're no more. Hey, how are we doing, Demi? You're on Fox.
Is there a ship going into port behind you or something? Yeah.
I think I own that.
What?
I potentially. I think that might be over. Can unmute myself now. All right.
Alright. Alright, so Pezz is getting Storm, which is going to be really helpful against the Hydralisks. GogojOey is kind of committing to them. He's getting Storm, he's getting Hydralisk speed, he's getting Lurkers. So it's going to be kind of a repeat of the previous game. They're both going into towards the late game here. Pezz, I think, is going to be a little more equipped to deal with it. Especially with so many Storms. He's got 7 High Templars, which is pretty good. Storm is just about to finish, just as Pezz is moving in. Did he get... where's the Oracle? The Oracle needs to mark some units here. It's going to be really helpful. He does have an Observer.
Yeah, well, Storm did finish, and Adaptive... It's not Adaptive Talents, is it? It's Seismic Spines. No, Seismic Spines is the range. Adaptive Talents, not quite there yet for GogojOey, so... You know, potentially, as long as Pezz sees where they borrow, it's not gonna be too difficult for him to throw down a couple of Storms.
Getting hashtag DOS patch from Jet and Starduck in chat.
Naturally.
This is the natural response for Protoss winning tournament. So
winning anything is a natural response to a Protoss player making it to the round of 8.
I don't know how GogojOey is going to punch through here. He's trying his best. He's trying to bait all these Zealots into Lurkers.
Exactly. I don't think it's so much of he's trying to punch his way through, as much as he's just trying to bait the army of Pezz to come in here so that he can go for a bit
of... actually losing the Immortal.
About to get flanked!
With the flank.
It is massive, and one Immortal on red health, still able to survive. It finally gets taken out, but it doesn't really matter. Pezz completely clears out that army. GogojOey remaking that really quick, and in fact, he's about twice the army supply. But that was such a good hold.
Yeah. Thing is, you know, 3 Immortals went down, one of the Archons, a lot of the High Templars went down as well, and the Oracle. So that's some quality gains from GogojOey, but if he gives Pezz time, Pezz is transitioning into carriers again.
Get some ownership a lot sooner this time, though.
GogojOey is staying on the Ling Hydro Lurker thing. It's gonna get the adaptive talent. Adaptive talents?
Yep,
adaptive talent.
Otherwise known as quick borrow.
Quick
I like Jet here.
There's tunneling claws in it.
Yeah. I like Jet here in the chat. He's going Ling Hydra Lurker. Interesting. Yes, Jet. There are other Zerg units and Mutalisks. And this is a big army for GogojOey.
Yeah, GogojOey is actually managing to punch through here and threaten this base. Pezz is going to have to sacrifice a lot to get rid of it, but in the meantime, this Zealot run by. Want to get a lot of workers on GogojOey's side. You can afford that though.
Yeah, it's honestly doing quite a lot, and you know, it's hard to say Pezz's favorite right now, but he does have the tools. He's got his storms, he's got his carriers, right? He just needs to throw his heart out. I don't think he's made any yet.
I shall repeat my question. Where are the Vipers?
I don't think they're in production.
They need to have been. He's got the infestation rate. He's got the thing. Just get it. It's the one thing that equalizes you against such beefy Protoss units, especially carriers. Just yank them into Hydralisk.
To be fair, I wouldn't say that the situation is even right now. In fact, I think GogojOey has a slight edge, but yeah, you know what would make that big edge? Vipers.
He left Pezz so long without actually getting any value, so...
The storms are finally going to clear this out. The lurkers, there's still detection right now for GogojOey. Not a lot of anti-air though, the last of the Hydralisks.
Yeah, it's kind of going to help. If he snipes that Overseer, would be really nice. Just there we go, finally dead.
Yeah, and with that, these Hydralisks are going to have a much tougher time. 1 Viper in production, 4 Vipers in production. That is what we like to see in it, Steel.
No, I would have liked to have seen them already made and full of energy by now. This is what I would have liked to have seen for GogojOey, because it's... I think he waited a little too long for that. And he lost a lot of units unnecessarily. He could have possibly have ended the game by now. Or at least killed that 3rd base enough that, you know,
that
puts him in a really good position.
Exactly.
As it is, he kind of threw away the advantage that he had, because he had double army supply for a long time, but he just didn't do anything with it. And Pezz replenished that you know, caught up with that supply with carriers.
And I'm actually noticing right now, Steel, not only did he have the double army supply earlier, he also had a massive upgrade lead. GogojOey already on +3 range. Pezz still trying to get those upgrades up. To be fair, he did make a full transition to Sky Toss, which is why he's not really getting his ground upgrades, but, you know.
Yeah, it's nice to have like upgraded charge loss for run-bys and surrounds and such, flanks, defense, whatever.
Alright, slowly but surely, Pezz, he started to catch up. And what do we always say, Steel? A Protoss player who's even on army supply with a Zerg player is up in army supply against a Zerg player.
Yeah. I don't know if we always say that, but...
That's literally the only phrase we say. That's how
we had PvP. We had PvP today.
Accurate.
Alright, there goes the 4th base.
Alright, good start for GogojOey to be fair, he was never behind in this game, but this is a good start for GogojOey to, you know, really start to get ahead. This Queen! Just completely assassinated.
Oh, the Vipers! The Vipers are going to get sniped.
Not quite yet, though, Steel, but they're not really doing much. A couple of blinding clouds, and that is the start that that GogojOey kind of needs.
Nice
Beautiful
feedback, though.
here. But there's not enough anti-air, Steel.
Yeah, and that's the entire Zerg army destroyed, Vipers included.
I don't know if you noticed this, Steel, but that mothership only took damage from the parasitic bomb that was on a carrier.
Yeah. That was not a good engagement for the Zerg. At all!
Pezz is just on an absolute tear. He has to press his advantage, though, I think. Because 28 Corruptors are on the way, and they're looking to stay.
Yeah. You really needs he needs to push in. I mean, not by now. Maybe it's too late. You know, the anti-carriers, Corruptors are out already.
Time for a very quick transition to Mass Void Ray. Oh, actually, there's still a decent number of Storms and Archons here. Oh, beautiful feedback, but not going to be enough to save that mothership. And with that, Pezz is forced to retreat. He does not have the safety of that cloak to help him. And honestly, these Corruptors, they're licking their lips right now.
Nice bait there.
The potential carrier snipes.
Yeah, as long as he has the Archons on the ground, the Corruptors really can't jump on top of the carriers, and he feels comfortable just pushing in slightly, slowly and safely.
Yeah, killing creep here and there, which is not something you want to be underestimated here, isn't it, Steel? Especially if GogojOey decides, you know what, I'm going to transition back into Hydras, because that's where I have most of my upgrades in.
This creep is almost on all the way to Pezz's base here. This double highway.
A double highway?
Yeah, 2-lane creep highway. Alright, there are the yoinks. Yoinking one carrier. It's not gonna be enough. GogojOey will have to trade much better than this if he wants to finally get rid of this Protoss army.
But that's not right. What's happening?
GogojOey does have the better income advantage. He has the income. He's had the income advantage for quite a long time now, about 10 minutes.
And now he can finally start to work on getting his bank up. He's supposed to be maxed out for. I mean, he's been maxed out before, but I think earlier on, Pezz had a much scarier army and was just, chipping away at GogojOey's army to the point where he had to constantly remake it. Now, it's a very different story when you don't have a mothership.
Yeah. I mean, he's remaking the mothership, the mothership.
Who sunk my battleship? But yeah, this is actually a really passive moment in the game, surprisingly. GogojOey, I mean, understandably,
the Corruptor movement.
But the yoinks! That is what we want
yoinks there. That's a nice trade. But he's losing the Vipers.
The Viper is so Steel. But the carriers are slower.
We're getting a Dark Shrine as well. So some DT round wise.
Yeah, getting a little bit here and there,
Oh, getting a Neural Parasite is about to finish. Do we have any not Corruptors, the other one? Grand Corruptors.
Funnily enough, Corruptor sounds like what
Infestors.
Neural Parasite sounds a bit like what
the Corruptor sound like the same word.
No, it's not quite the same word, but it has a similar use.
Yeah, Infestor, Corruptor, Defiler.
I mean, it's different. You would use them in different situations, but they mean just about the same thing. And speaking of meaning the same thing, maxed out Skytoss.
There's no anti-air here. The Corruptors aren't finished.
Now, where is the Viper? That's what I'm trying to look at. I don't see it, Steel.
There are two of them, and they're just joining the army now. Guess they were busy sipping on Capri Suns at the base.
Base. That's basically what. Let's be real. That's basically what Vipers do.
Yeah, just drinking Capri Suns.
Capri Suns or Capri Suns, depending on your persuasion. Massive Spore Force is helping out a lot. Good feedbacks completely taking these Vipers out of commission. And with that, I mean, GogojOey had a really good shot of just yoinking the mothership and going from there, and it is infinitely harder for him right now. He is actually bunching up his Corruptors. He knows he needs to get something done, because this Armada, or Chrome Armada, if you will, from Pezz, it's making its way...
No, Chrome Armada is when you have Void Rays.
Ah, that's accurate. This is more of the Pearl
Golden
Metal.
Armada.
It's Golden Armada. It's Pearl Metal, because it's white, right?
Silver, the Platinum Armada, see?
Platinum Armada, yeah. Is Platinum white, or...?
Metallic.
It can be, yeah. Like a metallic white. Anyway, yeah, this is our... It's looking like it can't be stopped, but I'm looking at the production tab right now, Steel. Do you see what I see?
Infestors, a lot of them.
Heck yeah. And they're going to be starting off with full energy as well. Okay, not full energy. I thought for sure he got the
he did
upgrade.
get the... He doesn't give you full energy, it just gives you extra 100.
More, right. I was thinking
Yaku,
I thought we were in wall. I thought we were in wall. But yeah, they do have enough energy now. 2 neural parasites, 7 of them. How... You don't even need that many fungals, do you, Steel?
No, you just need 2 neural parasites, 7 of the carriers, and half the army is gone for Pezz.
Maybe one fungal. But then again, if you're neuraling the army, do you want to neural a fungal army?
No.
Maybe you do.
Look at the creep spread disappeared. Just Pezz has just cleared it all the way back to GogojOey's base.
Exactly, the creep threat has been cleared so much that Pezz is now taking a base on GogojOey's side of the map. And the infestors are here! Beautiful fungals!
Oh, nice feedback though.
Enough energy though, Steel, for one more neural parasite. No, there's not anymore. Another fungal goes down. But I'm sorry to say this, but that's not going to be enough to take out these carriers. You know, he needed to fungal and then follow up with Corruptors, and that just wasn't possible because of how many Archons survived.
I was assuming there's going to be a neural parasite, or at least the mothership, or the carriers, but yeah.
I guess he didn't want to risk losing his infestors immediately if he decided, or wasting the energy. Really nice fungal on these Archons.
Oh, it's surrounding them. These carriers might die here. Detection. It's not sniping detection.
He is not sniping detection. And the Archons do go down. There are only a handful of carriers and mothership left. This is
recall
Pezz. The entire army.
Pezz just threw this entire game. See the mothership explode?
Did explode into a bajillion pieces there. The platinum just completely blew up. GogojOey, now he's utilizing his bank. He has a massive mineral bank, or had it, as now he's remaxing on Lings. To be fair, he does have a lot of gas, so he can't quite remake, say, the Corrupt count, for instance. Whereas Pezz, he does have a gas count. He is making Stalkers. He is making High Templar. So GogojOey, he's still not out of it yet. Pezz already caught up in terms of the army supply.
Yeah, and he is getting the Chrome Armada. He's replacing the carriers with Void Rays, which are much better against the Corruptors.
Yeah, they really are.
There's Brood Lords. Hey, how are you doing, Brood Lords? I haven't seen you there. Look at these cuties.
Professor Paul, so much.
Who knew we would cast a game where Brood Lords aren't a big exciting thing that happens?
Is that a Nexus?
Yeah, that's an offensive Nexus. I don't know what.
Wow. I'm thinking Pezz just wants to, in case GogojOey goes for a big base trade, I'm thinking Pezz just wants, like, you know, something that doesn't make him revealed.
Yeah, I don't know.
So he's just throwing out
maybe just to block Zerglings around or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's a great possibility as well. He really does want to make use of the choke points, doesn't he, with these Archons?
Yeah, I don't know what this Nexus is doing. This is... There's no Nexus overcharge. No, this is not a planetary fortress.
Can we ask him later on?
Yeah, what was that Nexus there?
Funnily enough, Pezz actually has to
get rid of Storms of the Corruptors.
It is absolutely massive feedback on the Infestors. And that should just about be it. Damn, we
GG,
have
goal.
a clean sweep coming out from Pezz.
Woo. That looked dangerous there for Pezz for a second.
Very dangerous, but thankfully he did have a bank, and one thing that was really good was he did not neglect his gateway production. He made sure that, because that's kind of the weird thing about StarCraft, right? You imagine that once you get to the late game, you'll have all of your late game tech that takes a while to build, but you know, if it gets taken out, you're gonna have to remax on something pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Man, we got some nice late game PvZ today.
Yeah, you don't really see that too often nowadays, but that was pretty nice to
I mean,
see.
this is pretty much all we saw today.
Yeah. And on every match as well. I mean, you know, Light what has said that PvZ, he kind of feels like home. Where am I go? Where shall I go? Where am I going with this? We had a lot of PvZ. PvZ is kind of like home, except you know, you're also freshly graduated, right? You want to move out. You want to get a car. You want to go to a different town. Get on your motorcycle. What I'm trying to say is PvZ. We had a lot of PvZ today, is what I'm trying to say. And Pezz.
What does that have anything to do with your postgraduate metaphor?
And Pezz, he definitely proved himself to be a red crab today.
Okay, I'll allow it because I don't have the strength to fight with you. I didn't eat lunch today because I was casting, and I'm tired, and. All right.
Clean. All right.
You're the host. Come on, close up the stream.
Alrighty then. I
need to remind you of your duties.
I think that just about wraps us up here tonight for GPO number 40. Hope to see you guys again for GPO number 41 next week. Stay tuned, as in about 10 hours and 15 minutes, if I have my math correctly. In about 10 hours and 15 minutes, we will be having the Battle of the Americas tomorrow, casted by Light as well as Yoda Slim. It's 7 a.m. KST, if I'm not mistaken. Might be 6 a.m. KST. And so, yeah, stay tuned for that. Steel, where can we find you?
Steel_mold on Twitter. That is Steel_mold. And on Twitch, I am twitch.tv/steelmold. Still like the metal, mold like the thing you put the metal in, so that it retains its shape when it cools down. And that's about it. That's it.
Real quick, I want to say that I like Starduck's suggestion that it was for recall.
Yeah, Pezz is confirming the Proxy Nexus was for recall. Okay, so he's sending it to the Kappa face, so I don't know.
No sarcasm. And you can find me over at twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. I am going to do a stream tomorrow, as one of my emotes just got approved. So I'm going to be trying to get back in the ladder, and if that doesn't work out, then Darkest Dungeon it is. Twitter.com @Emperor Yakuzaku, !Discord. You can find myself as well as the other members of the Cranky Ducklings, and a hashtag by my shirts. You can also find Kuro, otherwise known as 60 Squats and Suki, otherwise known as Group. We have the Wasteland, as well as the esports life save.
The Information Fairy.
It's also otherwise known as the Information Fairy. Twitch.tv/60 Squad Senseki. Twitter.com @16squads. I don't think I'm missing anything else. And Patreon! Exclamation mark Patreon into chat brings us to the Patreon page. There are instructions there, but the long and short of it is you can get rewards based on tiers of subscriptions, and the biggest reward is that it makes us that much closer to being able to continue endeavors such as Grand Platypus Open, such as Master Swan Open, such as Sea Duckling Open, and whatnot. With that, I think we're just about to sign it off.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.